What's up, guys? Welcome back to the MontyVerse. We're here to check out the first official teaser trailer for Marvel Studios Thunderbolts Asterix.
I was gonna say, I don't know much about it, but I know they add the asterisk.
The extra asterisk is for extra action.
Ooh.
Actually, I don't know what the asterisk means. Maybe we'll find out starting now.
I click leave on porch. Your subordinates will be reported to
I actually understand this struggle.
Milena?
Oh!
Milena!
Ew!
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about the wait.
That's sweet, though.
It was on an important call. Highly
Yes,
classified.
such divorced
Lot of
dad
work,
energy.
Lot of work. Many irons in fire.
You feel fulfilled?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so full. So filled. But why do you ask this? What brings you here?
Wow. We're getting right into it.
Marvel Studios.
There's
Very
something wrong with me. An emptiness. I'm just drifting,
Oh, Bucky.
and I don't have purpose.
Oh, he has a kid
I
now.
thought throwing myself into work was the answer.
Oh.
Hallway fight.
Nice.
Huh.
Oh.
Taskmaster.
And
Ghost.
Ghost.
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
Wait, what?
I'm Bob.
Wait, what?
Sent you, Bob.
Nobody. You were all sent?
Who's that again?
That's, the actor or the character?
The actor.
Everyone
The
here has
actor,
done
that's,
bad things. Shadow ops,
oh my god.
Robbing
What's his
government
face's
labs.
son?
Contract kills.
Bill Paxton's son.
So?
So, someone wants us gone.
Oh god, it's like a death game.
Oh, Loki's scepter.
Belief that there are good guys and there are bad guys.
What's the plan?
So it is machine washable.
I wouldn't have expected that. Oh!
But eventually, you
You
come to
feel
realize that there are bad guys
Oh, the
and
Sentry
there are worse
logo.
guys and nothing else.
That's Avengers Tower.
Look at you.
Obviously.
So adorable.
Oh man.
Don't worry, she's bulletproof.
I don't know about that.
Proof-ish.
No.
Is that Bucky?
Wow, that's straight out of the Winter Soldier.
Okay, so he's not in on the mission. The mission then.
The first mission. No, it looks like Bucky has become
like,
involved in politics
Yeah.
of some sort.
like she's contracting him or someone else.
No, I think the the vibe I got from the trailer anyway was that he is now a political person. He's a senator or maybe some sort of other position in politics, and he kind of notices all of these machinations going on. He looks like he's not really trusting Val.
Yeah.
Apparently, that party looked like it was happening in Avengers Tower, and
Yeah.
it looked like there was a bunch of Avengers artifacts on display
yeah.
in that party. But
He might be on politics, but like he had to something had to happen to prompt him to go there.
obviously, like he figured out what was going on, and then he went. I don't think anybody contracted him. I think he's just.
You think he's like doing it on his own?
I think he's just like realizes that Val is up to no good, and
Yes.
he's just doing Bucky things.
Bucky thing.
He's just doing Bucky things. But besides that, very interesting.
I'm very intrigued by this because I appreciate, because I think something I saw people say is that would have maybe more of a Winter Soldier vibe to it.
Yeah.
And I get that immediately.
There's a lot of visual callbacks to that movie, to
Mhm.
the Winter Soldier. Obviously that last little sting at the end was the big reference to it. But even like the knife fighting
Yeah.
and that scene of all 4 of the assassins like 1v1v1v1ing each other was felt very Winter Soldier in terms of like the fight choreography and the knife work, and especially the camera movement.
Yeah.
But outside of the realm of cinematography and all of the technical stuff, this movie is fascinating because it's introducing a very interesting and scary character from the comics, and that of course being Bob Reynolds, the Sentry. And I'm really curious. It's Lewis Pillman. It's Bill Pullman's son. I said Bill Paxton.
I was literally thinking that because as soon as you said his son, I thought Lewis Pullman, but I was like, no, that's not Paxton.
No, it's Lewis Pullman. It came to me in a vision just now. But anyway, played by Lewis Pullman. The Sentry is essentially very fascinating character. His comic book origins are insanely fascinating. It's essentially Marvel going, what if we did Superman, but they did it way more interesting than other people did. Their version of a Superman equivalent, they have a few, like Gladiator's one, but the character touches on topics of like addiction and like yin and yang, the positive and negatives of superheroism, and how being this insanely powerful has its drawbacks.
Yeah, and I think that touches on kind of the lines that Val had in the trailer of everyone just thinks in a binary, but she has a very more cynical view of people who are bad and people who are worse.
Yeah, and it's really curious what the origin for Bob in the MCU is going to be.
Yeah, because he just showed up out of nowhere.
He shows up out of, which he kind of does in the comics too. He was a character that was created during the Marvel Knights era of Marvel Comics, and he essentially, the whole premise is he's a superhero that has existed since the golden age of Marvel Comics. Best friends with Reed Richards. Reed Richards was the best man in his wedding. He was a huge pillar in the superhero community. But one day something so horrific happened that the heroes decided they had to wipe any memory of the Sentry from their minds and the minds of everyone in the Marvel Universe, as well as himself. And that comic book story is the Sentry trying to figure out like why he was forgotten and trying to stop his arch nemesis, which is the Void.
So theoretically, in this film and the MCU as a whole, is that has already occurred.
Again, it's insanely interesting because I don't know if they're going to go that route. I think in a movie this grounded, it would be very weird for him to go like, no, I've been here since the first Avengers movie. You just don't remember me.
And that's something I think that is always tricky with the MCU. Because I was going to say, I appreciate how grounded this movie looks and the way everything is shot, the way the action's portrayed. At the same time, it's still in the MCU where all this exists.
I will say, if they pull that off and they show us shots from previous MCU movies and incorporate the Sentry into them, that will be wildly impressive. But I just don't think that's in the cards for this movie.
And that's the thing. Maybe not for this one. Certainly could be in the future. But I'm with you on you don't want to be shoehorned in if it doesn't fit the tone.
I think what more in line fits with the tone of this movie in terms of Sentry's origin is the addiction and the drug use and the dangers of power. Because just based off of the trailer, we're going to deal a lot with Yelena kind of contemplating her life and its meaning, and if the work she's doing has any meaning, if she's fulfilled by it, if she wants to continue being an assassin for hire, along with all of these other people who we know have regrets.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to see Yelena again because for as
insanely incredible.
As little as she has been in the grand scope of the MCU, she's had one of the biggest impacts, and where we've left her after Hawkeye is so fascinating.
Yeah.
And I think what they showed in this trailer is kind of almost the natural result of what she has been through.
Yeah, and kind of Hawkeye is the start of her like not trusting Val 100%, right? Because Val sent her on that mission to kill Hawkeye, said he killed your sister.
Yeah.
And then she kind of finds out it wasn't exactly like black and white, and she kind of learns to let go of that rage. But maybe that plants the seeds.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking more in line of what they're doing is that because the Sentry also has ties to Project Rebirth and the Super Soldier Serum and like remnants from that and like I think Weapon X and scientists from all of these different like organizations in the Marvel Universe that have all worked on the Super Soldier Serum have kind of come together to create what they call, instead of Project Rebirth, it was then Project Sentry. And they created this serum that would give someone the strength of 1,000 exploding suns.
Wow, that's crazy. But actually, that brings a question for me. Does that involve John Walker at all?
Which, you know, it could all tie together, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the members of that team are super soldiers. We know the Black Widows were given a serum to essentially turn them into super soldiers. We know that Taskmaster is in some way amplified. We know that Ghost is in the quest to, you know, create new technology, has become what she is.
Right, like she has her power set, and Ant-Man ended with her trying to control him better than she was.
Yeah, Bucky obviously is a super soldier. So it's all of these super soldiers, all of these experiments, all of these people who were literally controlled by other people, coming together to find Bob. And Bob's story in the comics was he was I think it was heroin. I think he was addicted to heroin, and he kind of broke into this lab. And took this serum, and then became insanely powerful, and eventually ended up becoming addicted to it, not only to the serum, but also addicted to doing good. But here's the draw side. Here's what makes the Sentry so interesting. To balance out like his positivity, there also is a negativity attached to that, because it explores the idea, the concepts of the universe, where like for every like action, there's an equal and positive reaction. So the Void ends up being Robert's split personality.
Oh.
So the Void is this insanely powerful evil to match this insanely powerful good, and for every act of good the Sentry commits, the Void commits an equally atrocious like act. So it's this balance, and I'm sure they're going to incorporate that into the story somehow. But how this team of essentially just like really strong people is going to go up against a god is really what's fascinating. And I think it's gonna come down to Bob's humanity.
Yeah, no, everything you just told me is wild, because I really didn't know anything about Sentry other than they were really hyping the character up leading up to this movie. That is crazy.
They can do a lot with this character and character work in general, because they can really play with the fact that these are a group of people who were controlled, who were manipulated, and now Bob is in that same situation, being controlled, being experimented on, but also a slave to this addiction. I don't know if they're going to incorporate the Sentry symbol, but we have that logo there so that the Sentry exists. There's so many like things that are going off in my mind right now that we can't talk about in a single trailer reaction. But I just thought I'd give the people a taste of what makes the Sentry so exciting for us like comic book fans.
No, definitely. I'm excited just hearing you talk about it.
What are your guys' thoughts? Are you excited about the Sentry? Let us know down in the comments. If you like this video, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our latest content. If you want to check out our other reactions, click the link on the page. And until next time, guys, stay versed.